Dr. Walter Sims. I'm host of the Dr. Walter Sims Show on WJPMG Radio, and I am the minister of motivation. And partly I'm wrapping up my show, and partly I do a snooker coaching session every day. And a snooker coaching session is just a mini coaching session. All right. And so, who is this young man behind me? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? That is Sergio Garcia. What is he holding up? He's holding up the Masters trophy. He finally won yesterday. He had finished in the top 10 8 times in the majors, but yesterday he prevailed, making a long birdie putt on number 18 that they replayed him and Justin Rose. Justin had pushed his drive, and so he had to punch out, and so Sergio had two putts to win yesterday, so he did birdie the hole. So he prevailed as the Masters champion 2017. But I'm sure over his career, he got on the scene in 1999, and him and Tiger dueled in the U.S. Open. And so over his 18-year career, I'm sure there were times he wanted to lay his clubs down, but he kept at it. He was persistent. He was consistent, and he was persistent. So what I want to talk about today is consistent persistence. That's what I want to talk about. Consistent persistence. And what does that look like, Dr. Sims? Number one, you need to know your why. Number one, you need to know your why. You need to know why you do what you do. The two most important days in a person's life is the day that they were born and the day that they figure out why. You need to know that. You need to know the reason why you get up every day. You need to know why you drive through every day. You need to know why you want to just hang in there when everybody else is hanging up. You need to know your why. Because I said it this morning, when nothing else makes sense but to give up, you need to know the why. Hey, Alex, you need to know why you do what you do. If your why is not big enough, you're going to give up. But if your why is big enough, you're going to stick it out. You're going to weather the storm. You're going to hold on to see what the end is going to be like. And number two, when you have consistent persistence, number two, you need to show up. Whatever that looks like, you need to show up. Sergio practiced. He hit thousands of golf balls. He participated in tournaments. He was part of the Ryder Cup, and the U.S. and the other world golfers, they compete every year in what they call the Ryder Cup. And Sergio plays against the American golfers on his team, and it kind of goes back and forth. They win one year, the Americans win one year, and it just goes back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But Sergio showed up. He shows up. Every time there's a major, he shows up. He's in contention. And he finally won yesterday. So I need you, whatever your wheelhouse is, whatever your why is, whatever your lane is, I need you to show up with your game face on. Don't have but show up. Don't have do anything. Either you do it or don't do it. But don't have do anything. You show up 100% of the time. Every time you see me on my radio show, hear me on my radio show, see me on live streaming, I'm showing up. I need you to show up. Every time you hit that broadcast button, every time you're on the air, every time you're doing an interview, every time you're talking to a client, every time you're talking to a customer, I need you to show up. Number three, I need you to do the same thing over and over and over again. Perfect practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Come on, somebody. See, you got to know your why. You have to show up. That's the same thing I need you to do over and over again. Not the wanting to quit, and not, well, I'll go ahead and do it today. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. Well, I do it the next day. See, if people can't see you, they can't see you. Come on, somebody. I need you to do the same thing over and over and over again. Guess what Sergio has and all golfers have? Guess what they have? They got two coaches. They got a swing coach and they got a mental coach. Even junior golfers have a life coach and a mental toughness coach. He has two coaches. He has a swing coach for the mechanics, and he has a mental coach for the head game. Because the mechanics is 20% of it. The other part of golf, the 80% of it that we don't see, is the mental aspect. Jordan Spieth yesterday entered the water again on number 12 in round 4. Blew his chances of winning. Hit the water again. Golf is a tough game. My club's in the car right now. My club's in the car right now. Golf is a tough sport. You got to be mentally tough to play golf. And the last thing I need you to do, I need you to enjoy the ride. I really need you to have fun. If you're not having fun, thank you. That's exactly right, Miss Vanessa. If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong lane. If you're not enjoying your ride, you need to get off and get in another car or get on another ride. I need you to enjoy the ride. You know, we're climbing our mountain. We're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Everybody wants to get to the top of their mountain, their why mountain, their assignment. We're gonna get there. But many people are not enjoying the climb, not enjoying the ride. You need to be having fun. Do you feel me? Do you need some help? You need some help? You need to spend an hour with me. You hear me all the time on the radio, on live streaming, in social media, on television. But you need to sit down with somebody so they can listen to you. We need to lay out a strategy for your life. And you need to spend an hour with me. Against the rest of your life, an hour is just a minuscule amount of time. A minor investment. Go to bit.ly/DocPower1 and we can get this thing sorted out. It's time for it's time for you to let your rubber meet the road. It's time for you to get serious about this thing called life. Time out for fun and games. Time out for fun and games. My attitude is if you stay high on life, life is gonna stay high on you.